Hello and welcome to this Warhammer 40k Killteam battle report. Today we'll be playing Recover Intelligence match play scenario on this table. The mission uses 5 objective markers. And there's one right there. And one should be here, but it moved. It's this one. And the meaning of this scenario is at the end of each of the battle rounds, both teams score points. The objectives in the own deployment zone are worth 1 point, the one in the middle is worth 3 points, and the two in the opponent's deployment zone are both worth 2 points. We will be playing Deathwatch versus Necrons. And for a change, I'll play with the Deathwatch and Igor will play with the Necrons. So on to the team overview. And then we can start this game. So for the Deathwatch I took a sergeant, he's the leader. And he has a combi plasma and a xenophase blade. And then we have the zealot, he has a heavy thunderhammer. As a combat specialist took a black shield with a power maul and a storm shield. And then the gunner is the heavy specialist with an Infernus heavy bolter. And then we have a regular dude with a, what was the name of the weapon?
Stalker pattern.
Yeah, stalker pattern.
It's a rifle or gun, something in there.
Yeah, it's the heavy 2 strength 4 weapon.
That's one.
That's the one. And he's just a regular veteran. Then for the Necron team, Igor took an immortal with a Tesla carbine for the leader. And then we have a warrior, and he's the comms specialist. And then we have the combat specialist, that's the one with the 2 tanks on his back, the flayed one. And the other flayed one carrying the extra weight is the zealot. Then we have 2 normal immortals with a Tesla carbine and the death mark, because reasons.
Yeah, the death mark.
Yeah, you can fire at stuff and okay. Oh, they can all fire at stuff, except for the flayed ones.
Yes.
So on to the scouting phase and then on to deployment.
Yes.
So for the scouting phase, let's see what we both picked.
Yes!
Yes, you counted mine, so I took take forward positions, meaning that one of my guys can make a normal move before the game starts after deployment, but before turn 1. And Igor took eliminate sentries, which means he can pick 2 of his guys, because it's 20%, running up to shoot at that dude, if he is an eligible target, that is.
Yes.
Yes. So, let's go to deployment. So we've set up, the Necrons are deployed over here. There's 2 more hiding here. And then the Deathwatch, they have deployed over here. And the take forward positions moved up there, just to make sure that Igor's not going to shoot at him before the game starts, because the terrain is too high. And the other guys are not targetable, because they didn't move in the forward positioning. So roll off turn 1 then. Igor has 9, so he gets to go first.
Probably.
Because I have 3.
Yeah, there you go.
These kill team dice, they really suck.
Yeah, that's why I did.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get some other D10 soon. So we did all movement at once, and these Necrons all readied, and the same did this guy. The immortal there readied as well. The flayed one advanced onto the objective, which I moved wrongly, and the objective I mean by that. And this flayed one is just close enough to the objective to claim it as well. Then the Deathwatch, he moved up. And these 2 guys readied. The Watch Sergeant moved up as well to claim the objective, and Combat Specialist, the Black Shield, he moved up as well to sit on the middle objective. On to shooting, turn 1. So the Necrons are going to start shooting with this guy, and he's going to shoot at the veteran with the Stalker pattern bolt gun
Yes.
or something. Over half range and obscured, so hitting on 5s, 2 shots, but 6s are 3 hits.
Yep. Nope.
No hits.
That's nothing.
You don't want to reroll one.
Nah.
No, you don't want to. You want to save those command points for
Yeah.
now. So then first Deathwatch dude gets to fire. And I am going to shoot with the heavy bolter
Yeah.
at that dude right there. And he's obscured,
Yes.
so but not over half range. So it'll be hitting on a 4. That means I'm gonna try and play the Hellfire Shell for 1 command point. That means he gets 1 shot, but if he hits, he does these 3 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
Hitting on a 4.
That's a 4.
He hits D3 mortal wounds. That's 3 mortal wounds.
3, yeah.
And now is the thing, do I get to roll for each mortal wound or?
I have no fucking clue.
We'll look that up. So, 1 injury roll, not 3. Because he's taken down to 0 and then it's just 1 damage. It's a 3, so he takes a flesh wound. Because he's also obscured, I would have needed a 5 to take him out. So the comm specialist here tells the sniper to shoot at the black shield. So he is obscured, 2 shots, hitting on 4s. As the weapon only ignores the long over half range penalty.
But doesn't that guy give him plus
Yeah,
1?
+1, so hitting on 2s.
Okay. That's 2.
Yeah, strength 4, toughness 4, hitting on 4s.
Wow.
That's none.
Good.
So this veteran now is going to shoot at this immortal. 2 shots, over half range, not obscured. So he'll be hitting on 4s.
Wow.
2 hits. And he'll be wounding on 4s, strength 4, toughness 4. That's like 0. I am going to use a command point to reroll one of those.
Okay.
Other dice.
Hey.
That's a 6. That's a -1 AP, that leaves you with a 4 up armor save.
There you go.
You make it. So the warrior here is going to fire also at the black shield.
Yes.
2 shots, because he's within half range,
Yes.
but he's obscured, so hitting on 4s.
Damn.
2 hits. Now wounding on 4s. Strength 4, toughness 4.
There you go.
That's 2 of them. And then I have 2 3-up saves anyway, so
-1.
yeah, invulnerable saves.
Ooh.
Which I both make.
Okay.
He has a storm shield. And instead of what you would usually do, I make those saves. So the immortal there is going to fire at the black shield as well. He is obscured and a flesh wound. So the -2 to hit. Hitting on 5s, 2 shots. 6s are 3 hits.
Damn.
No hits.
Do you want to reroll 1? I think I want to reroll 1.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I think I do. See if I can get
So
one
command
6
point reroll 1. Oh, well, let's first try and make a 5, because you didn't make that.
I want a 6. Come on, give it a 6.
6, that's 3 hits.
There you go. Second.
Strength 5, wounding on 3s.
Yeah.
1, 2, 2. So again, 2 3-up armor saves,
Yep.
or invulnerable save, doesn't
Yeah,
really
same
matter.
Damn it.
I've made both.
There you go.
So the Deathwatch leader is going to fire at that plate one right there. And he's going to opt to use his plasma part for his combi weapon. And I'm going to supercharge it. So within half range, so -1 to hit. Hitting on 4s, 1s are bad news.
Yeah. Come on, 1. Oh.
That's 1 hit. He's -3
3.
or 4 AP.
4, I think.
Well, -3, and you have a 4-up save, so no save left. For 2 damage, so 2 injury rolls. That's 2 flesh wounds.
Yay.
So end of turn. The Necrons are scoring 2 objectives in their own deployment zone, so they get 2 points. The Deathwatch get those same 2 objectives and the center objective, so the Deathwatch are at 5 points at the end of turn 1. No morale, because no team is hurt in any way. Your leadership 10, so you will auto pass both those tests.
Yeah.
So Those nerf tests don't need to be taken for the Necrons.
Isn't the one automatic fill? Oh no, wait.
No, that's an automatic pass. So, roll off for turn 2. Let's see with how much Igor is going to win this roll.
Well, that's a 9.
That's a 9, yeah, of course. That's a 6.
Upside down 9.
Yeah, but it's the wrong 9. So Igor has the initiative once again.
Yeah.
So onto a movement phase for the Necrons. So end of Necron movement, this flayed one here stood still. And then the immortal standing back to him. You ready? Go over here. And these two guys, that's the warrior and that mark, they both readied as well. This immortal readied as well. The flayed one is going to try and charge the black shield, needing a 6 the moment he does. And this immortal moved up to play with to contest and play with the objective a bit. So 6 for your charge roll.
Wow.
A double 1.
That is
Are you going to command point reroll that one?
I need to roll a 5 then. But yeah, 2.
No, you need to roll 6.
6?
Yeah, you need. Yeah, you reroll both dice.
Oh, okay, yeah, fuck it, yeah, then I'm gonna roll both dice.
So down to 2 command points
There you go.
for 6. He's just it.
Just it.
Just it. That's okay.
Yeah.
So the Deathwatch also moved. The veteran with the heavy boulder moved up. He readied. The sergeant moved to that position, so now he's able to claim that objective. And the dude with the heavy thunderhammer advanced to just right around the corner where nobody can see him. And then he can play with that objective. So on to shooting for the. Well, we're going to start with the Necrons.
Yes.
Yes, the first one that readied. So the death mark is going to shoot at the Deathwatch leader. Within half range, and he isn't obscured, so hitting on 2s.
Yep.
2 hits. Wounding on 4, strength 4, toughness 4.
Nope.
No wound.
Wow.
So that's him. So this veteran is going to shoot at that immortal. 2 shots, within half range, but he's obscured. So hitting on a force, that's a 1 hit. And then wounding on force. No. So the warrior is going to fire at the Deathwatch leader as well. Within half range, but now he is obscured, so once again hitting on force. 1 hit. And wounding on force.
Nope.
No wound. So this immortal is going to shoot at the gunner with the Infernus heavy bolter. So he's just over half range and obscured, so hitting on 5s. That's 3 hits.
3 hits. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 1 hit, but the 6 counts for 3 hits. Strength 5, wounding on 3s.
2.
That's 2 of them. And that's 2 3-up armor saves. Which both make.
Yep.
So the other Necron immortal cannot shoot, he doesn't have any targets. So now I'm going to shoot with my heavy. And he is going to shoot his heavy flamer at this dude. And the heavy bolter at that dude. So I'm going to start with the heavy bolter. 3 shots within half range.
But hold up, can you switch those? I think those go to the same target.
I think you can switch them to different targets. Well, then I'll just shoot everything at that. But I think you can. But, I'll start off with the heavy bolter. -1 for being obscured. He doesn't suffer the penalty for moving and firing since he's the heavy. So 4 to hit. 1 hit. Strength 5, toughness 4, wounding on 3s. That's 1. That's a -1, so that leaves you with a 4 armor save.
Yep.
You make it.
No roll.
I'm just thinking he's flesh wounded. I should have been hitting him easier. Doesn't matter. The heavy flamer. D6 auto hits.
Yep.
For 6.
Same.
I got strength 5, so I'll just roll 2 and then 4 and then 2 more. Wounding on 3s. That's 2 of them. 3. That's strength 5 minus 1. That's a -1 armor save, so 3, 4 up armor saves. Yeah, make 1 fail. 1. Now I get a damage roll. You're obscured and flesh wounded, so it's a -1 +1.
Yay.
That's a 6. That's no, reanimation protocol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm going to command point reroll this one.
Boom.
Into a 5. Now he's taken out.
Boom.
So the sergeant is going to shoot at the death mark right here. He's within half range. Yeah, easily. And he's going to shoot with his plasma. -1, 2 shots. -1 for being obscured. And yeah, I will once again supercharge, so just take the risk. That's 1 hit. Strength 8, toughness 4, wounding on a 2. With a -3 AP, so I think he has a 3 up armor save, leaves him with a 6 up.
Yeah.
So indeed a 6 up armor save for the death mark,
Yep.
which is failed. That's for 2 damage since it's supercharged.
Yep. Dead.
That he's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, the reanimation protocol doesn't trigger.
Yeah, he should trigger, but he also is at the -1 since you're obscured.
Yeah.
Wait, gonna check it. So because of the reanimation protocol, we're unsure which one to use first and which one to use second, so we decided to just roll d6 over it.
Yep.
On the 4 up, he is left with 1 flesh wound. On a 1, 2, 3, he has nothing.
Yes.
Yeah, then he's just 1 wound remaining, no flesh wounds. So he is now 1 flesh wound.
Okay.
And next time, if I do multiple damage, I'll just roll them 1 by 1, so that we can go by that sequence.
Exactly.
So onto the combat phase. And just for what happened just before, if we are doing this wrong, let us know. The combat phase, the flayed one charged. He's the zealot, so he's gonna get 4 strength 5 attacks.
Yeah. 2 flesh wounds.
He has 2 flesh wounds,
So.
-2 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'll be hitting on 5s.
5s.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
No, that's like 4 hits. Strength 5, toughness 4, wounding on 3s with rerolls.
Ooh. All rerolls or?
Yeah, you can reroll 1s and 2s on this one.
One
That's the Necron weapon.
Okay.
That's that combat weapon. Yeah. So now you get 3 wounds.
Yay.
I get 3 up saves. Which I all pass. I'm sorry. So now my duder is going to attack back, and he has 3 attacks base. He's the combat specialist. Gives him 4 attacks. He'll be hitting on 3s. And they all hit.
Oh.
Now he's strength 5, 6.
Yeah.
6 plus 2 strength due to the power mold. And this is a fail. That's 3 wounds. So 3 5 up saves for the flayed one. And you make 1 of them. So that's yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. It's 1 damage roll.
Yeah.
So because I take him, he's already flesh wounded.
Twice.
That's he's dead because it's a +2 due to the 2 flesh wounds already.
Yes.
That's nice.
Do we have any swanky?
So end of turn 2, no morale phase needed, since well, no team is at any breaking point, and there's no nerf test needed because there's 1 flesh wounded Necron, but with leadership 10 he'll auto pass. Then on to objectives. My leader claims that objective. This guy claims this objective. He still claims that objective. And the objective back there is contested by these 2 dudes. So that gives the Deathwatch an additional 6 points and the Necron 0, since that ones were 2, 3 and 1.
Yep.
Making the score 11-2.
Yay.
Which is pretty big, but it's quite easy to score big points with the 3 and 2 point objectives.
Yeah.
So on to turn 3 initiative roll. Let's see with how much Igor is going to beat me this time. I have 4.
3.
Igor has 3, so I actually have the initiative.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Oh.
So the Deathwatch have moved, and the dude with the bolt weapon moved up there. I think he needs to stand like a little bit back. think I overmoved him a bit. He readied with the Infernus Heavy Bolter. The leader moved up. The Black Shield moved up. And the guy in there, he declared a charge on the flayed one.
Oh, of course.
Needing a 3. Double 1. I'm going to command point that.
Oh, really?
Yes. Into a 7.
Look at you.
He's in. So with 7 on the reroll, he got to tag both of them in combat.
Good for him.
Good for him, yay! Onto a Necron movement.
Yay.
So Igor, just start readying stuff.
Yeah.
So this Immortal readied, the Death Mark readied, and the Warrior moved a little bit to get a line of sight on probably, I think, the Sergeant.
Yeah, let's just go for the Sergeant.
Yeah, he couldn't see the Sergeant, so because you could see the other 2 dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna fire at the Sergeant. And back here, well, clearly nothing happened since they're locked in combat.
Yeah.
So, the Heavy Bolter is going to fire at him.
Yeah.
Yes. Within half range, not obscured. So, hitting on 3s.
Yes.
3 shots, obviously. They all hit, except for this one.
They all hit except for
Yeah. You know, it looked like a 3 to the camera.
Yeah,
so, strength 5, toughness 4, wounding on 3s.
Does the camera add?
That's 1. Yeah, the camera adds 1.
Yeah, okay.
So this one, -1 save, so that leaves you with a 4 arm save.
There you go.
You make it!
Yay.
So the Death Mark is going to fire at the Sergeant. He has a -1 due to the flesh wound, a -1 due to being obscured.
Yep.
But he has a +1 because of the other dudes telling him to +1, the comp specialist. So hitting on force, 2 shots.
The 5 and a 3.
1 hit and a miss.
Yep.
And a wounding on 4, strength 4, toughness 4.
2.
No, nothing. You need 6s.
I do need 6s.
Yeah, that would be juicy. You're not gonna reroll.
No.
I wouldn't. You have 4 command points.
I do have 4 command points, but like it's fuck it. Yeah, 4 command points. Why am I not rerolling?
Yeah, 3. Reroll 1. Try and
There you go.
into a 6. So that's a mortal wound, I believe.
Good one.
Well, at least it's a wound, so I need to make at least a save. So the damage roll for the mortal wound, it's at a -1 due to being obscured.
Yep.
That's a flesh wound on the Sergeant.
Good.
So this Immortal is going to fire at this dude. 2 shots, hitting on force for being obscured. I think he's within half range.
Yep. 2.
That's 4 hits. You should roll 6.
Yeah.
You are every time rolling 6s with those weapons.
Yeah, but I'm not hitting anything. So.
Strength 5, toughness 4. Wounding on 3.
Oh well, 3.
3. It's 3 up, armor saves.
No
I
problem.
make all of them once again. Yeah, I'm not complaining about you because I make all my armor saves.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think I haven't failed any so far.
No.
No, I haven't, because I've only 1 flesh wound and I was against a mortal wound. So now my 2 leftover dudes get to shoot as well. Yeah, so my dude goes first because I have the initiative.
You have initiative. Oh,
Yes, I am. Yes, for once. We played 2 games. This is the first time I have a turn with the initiative.
I'm just very
So my dude with the plasma is gonna fire at your dude, right back there, the warrior. And he's gonna supercharge his plasma once more.
Again?
Yeah, well, again, he's within half range but obscured. So hitting on force. Am I going to? Yes, I'm going to command point. I'm going to roll 1 of them. Into a 2. Well, good thing it isn't the 1 because he would have been taken out at once. So the warrior now is going to shoot at the sergeant as well. 2 shots, hitting on force for being obscured, but within half range. 1 hit.
1 hit.
This one doesn't have a Tesla carbine, so only 1 hit. Strength 4, toughness 4. That's a wound with a -1, leaves me with a 4 armor save.
Yep. There you go.
And I make it once again.
There you go.
So the Stalker Pattern Bolter dude is going to fire at him. He moved, but he's wide out in the opening within half range. So -1, 2 shots, hitting on force. 2 hits. Strength 4, toughness 4, wounding on force.
1.
1 wound with a -1, so it leaves him with a 4 armor save.
Hey.
If you fail, a damage roll.
Dead.
2. That's flesh wound. Onto the combat phase.
Decisive strike.
Yes, that was really not unexpected. So Igor opts to use decisive strike. I assume on the flayed one.
Yes, I would like to use it on the combat dude.
On the combat, 4 attacks. And you're gonna strike that immortal down now.
Yes.
Okay, cool. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s.
I'm gonna deny you.
Come on, destroy that immortal.
Well.
So that's 2 hits. Strength 4, toughness 4. So that's 4 up. With rerolls though. You get to reroll the 2.
Nope.
And another 2. And this move with a 3 up armor save. Which I failed, so you get to do a damage roll. And you take him out. No! So end of turn 3. Count points. Oh, morale phase needs to be done first. You need to take a morale check.
Oh yeah, morale check.
Leadership 10, so you're yes, you're okay.
Yep.
I don't need to take a morale check, and I think I, with leadership 9, auto pass my nerve check. Because it's at a -1.
Yeah.
So I'll auto pass. So we don't need to roll, and the Necrons will, you're at a -2, so you'll auto pass always as well. So, points. The Necrons claim that objective for 1 point. The Deathwatch claimed this one for 3 and that one for 2. So it's 5 additional points for the Necrons, or for the Deathwatch, and 1 additional point for the Necrons.
3 to 16.
No, 3 to 16 actually. 16. Oh, this is going completely wrong. You need to now
do what?
Kick me off some objectives.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Really. Shall I just walk off of them?
Yeah.
So you can just take them for a turn.
Make it fair. Yeah.
Yeah. So
roll off.
yeah, let's go to the initiative roll for turn 4. Yeah, let's get a dice. So you roll first so that we know that I don't have to a 2.
No.
Can I get the initiative one more turn?
Yes.
Yes, I have a 6.
Look at you.
Onto Deathwatch movement, that is. So Deathwatch movement. Both of these guys readied. He declares a charge and he declares a charge. I'm going to start off with him. And I'm going to charge the dude up there.
Yep.
And he's going to need 5. And with a 9 he's in.
Yeah.
And the other dude, I think he needs like 5 or 6. But I'll roll first and then we'll measure. Well, he has 9, so he's in as well. But you get to Overwatch.
I do.
2 shots.
Yay.
No hits.
Nope.
So the death mark readied. And then we go over here. The immortal moved up a little bit. And the flayed one, he declares a charge. And he's going to try and charge this guy. So he's needing an 8.
Nope.
Do you want to reroll?
I do.
I get to Overwatch anyway.
Yeah, have fun with that. Fuck.
Into a 3. You can move him up to 3 inch if you want to.
Yeah, but I need to move him towards you. That's the fucking.
Yeah, but I'm gonna Overwatch you anyway.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that.
Because I have a hit.
Fuck.
Strength 4, toughness 4. He doesn't wound.
Oh, okay.
So to start off the shooting phase, the heavy bolter is going to shoot at the flayed one in the door. Because he is the closest target. That's basically the only reasoning I have for it. Yeah, because the immortal would be obscured due to the flayed one. So hitting on 3s, because he stood still. 2 hits. Strength 5, toughness 4, wounding on 3s. That's 2 with a -1, that's 2 5 up armor saves. You make one fail, 1 damage roll. That's a 6. So nothing. He wasn't flesh wounded, unfortunately for you.
No.
So the death mark through the window with a curse shot around the little thingy.
Yep.
Is going to fire at him. I'm not sure if it's over half range. I think he's 24, so I think he's just over half range.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a rapid fire weapon, so it's 1 shot.
1 shot.
With obscured. He's flesh wounded.
Yep.
And over half range.
Yeah.
So he'll be hitting on a 6.
Yeah. Nope.
No.
The other guy?
Now the Stalker pattern bolt gun thing,
Yeah.
rifle, whatever, all the names, doesn't matter. It's gonna fire at your flayed one as well.
Yep.
2 shots, hitting on 3s. 2 hits,
Yep.
wounding on 4, strength 4, toughness 4. Into nothingness. So your immortal gets to shoot then.
Yay.
The one in the door opening there. What you gonna shoot at?
The bolter.
Yes.
Stalker bolter.
So 2 shots, within half range but obscured, hitting on 4s.
Yes.
1 hit, but it does 3 hits,
3 hits.
because once again you roll a 6 with a Tesla carbine.
Yeah.
Yeah, strength 5, wounding on 3s. 1,
Yep.
and I get a 3 up armor save,
There we go.
which I make, once again, as usual. This is like business as every turn.
This is fairly.
So, onto the combat phase then.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start with the leader. The flesh wound doesn't matter for hit rolls on the first one due to transhuman shenanigans.
Yep.
Physiology. He'll be hitting on 3s. 2 hits.
Ew.
He's strength user, so strength 4, toughness 4, force. One of them. That gives you a minus. Yeah, minus 3, so it leaves you with a 6 up armor save.
That's a 1.
That's a 1.
That's enough.
And a damage roll. A 3, but you're already flesh wounded, so he's taken out.
Yep. Bye.
So then the black shield is going to attack the warrior. 3 attacks plus 1 for being the combat specialist. Attacking with power maul, obviously.
Yeah.
4 attacks, hitting on 3s because he has the transhuman shenanigans as well. They all hit.
Wow.
Strength 6, toughness 4, wounding on 3s. They all wound, giving you a minus 1. So your warrior has 4 5-up armor saves to take.
3.
Yeah, so it's only 1 damage. Is he already flesh wounded?
No, not yet.
He now is. So the Necron warrior is gonna strike back. He isn't human, so he doesn't have shenanigans.
No.
So he'll be hitting on 4s and wounding on 4s.
Oh.
That's a hit.
Nope.
That's not a wound. So morale phase, the Deathwatch don't need to take the morale check. It's 1 casualty and 1 flesh wounded out of 5. The Necrons, however, do take a morale check. Leadership 10. No, you make it. I see a 1. So then we're going to calculate points. The Necrons get 1 point for that objective there.
Yay.
And the Deathwatch only get 3 points this turn. But,
Oh, wow.
well, I think
Yeah,
they
I was
don't.
gonna say,
It doesn't really matter. So because that one is too far away from anybody. So that puts the score at 19-4. So I'll roll, but we just count it. We're gonna call it anyway after this turn because it's like near impossible. We should normally play turn 5, but in the best case scenario, Igor can claim 8. Yeah, you have only 4 dudes left, right?
Yeah.
He can claim 8 points a turn. He is 15 points behind. So random game night for the next turn. It's a 2, so we would have stopped anyway after turn 5.
So I wouldn't have won anyway.
Yeah, so he can never catch up. If I only manage to disclaim him 1 objective or just claim 1 myself in any given turn, the Deathwatch will auto win this game.
Well, you didn't even have to, like, in this scenario, you don't even have to auto claim all the points. If you, like, this guy keeps him away from getting a point.
Yeah.
So this is an automatic.
Yeah, that causes the auto win, and
Yep.
probably those 2 guys there will never both get onto an objective this turn.
Hell no.
The death mark could move up to that one,
Maybe.
but it's kind of useless since you do need this one,
Yeah.
this one, and that one, which I have 2 guys standing on
Yeah.
to win this game. Do you have a man of the match?
No.
No.
Mostly because I just rolled very poorly, and I was very scared of the Thunderhammer dude.
You roll, yeah. Well, we can also state that I rolled very lucky.
You did make.
I made all my armor saves.
You
Maybe
failed one.
Yeah, and so that's the flesh wounded
you
dude.
failed one over here, and the decisive strike gave me a kill here.
Yes,
but that's it.
So in the end, would I appoint a man of the match? No, I think this team is completely the man of the match. I think I played it well.
Yeah, definitely.
By spreading them out and keeping the center occupied constantly.
Yeah.
Suppressing you basically with these two guys.
Yeah, I was gonna do the same thing, but I didn't get a hit off, like, at all.
Yeah, but once again, the Necrons really lacked no minus AP. So as soon as I get them, I'm gonna paint up a couple of Gauss Immortals because they have a minus 2 AP modifier to the gun. And they're also strength 5. So I think that's gonna be a really, I started with adding the death marks to the first time I've added the flayed ones and then I added the death marks. Mm-hmm. But I really feel that the Necrons need some Gauss Immortals as well. So if any, these two guys, they kept the center clear. They raked in a lot of points between the two of them.
Yeah, they did what they do.
Yeah, because they claimed this one I think twice, and this one they were on the entire game. When the Black Shield left and moved up the board.
Yeah. You kept center objective. No, that's just.
Yeah, from turn 1 on, I was standing on the 3-point objective. Yeah.
Yep.
And if you can't get close with those combat maniacs that Deathwatch have, then I think it's always also nice to see that you don't necessarily need a frag cannon, Igor, to play with Deathwatch.
Well, every time I play this guy, he gets shot out of like whatever position he is.
Yeah, that's right.
Every
time the Black Igor has played the Black Shield so far.
Yeah, I've got a 3+1.
He was a turn 1 dirt eating because he was face down on the ground. And then I played for once and he just goes over the table and But maybe for next time you should always spare a command point to because at a certain point in turn 2 I saw what was happening, so the supercharging the dude was actually my attempt to have him killed. I was hoping on rolling a 1 because I was out of command points both times.
Oh, yeah.
Because I hoped he would die to give you a bit room to get back into the game, but instead he killed that guy. Oh, okay. So this was a better game than the previous one we played because that was like complete bullshit.
Yeah.
This was kind of like a pushover, but there was some
slightly less bullshit.
Yeah, I think from the last turn we played, it was clear who was going to win, but before that, still we both could win. So I'm gonna leave it at this for this game.
Yep.
And we're going to do some Shadespire in a couple of minutes. Yeah. And so I'm gonna say once again, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.